Hello everyone. Welcome to live from the Outwoods. Hopefully you can hear me well. Joining us live on YouTube, Facebook and Twitter from the Charnwood Forest Aspiring UNESCO Global Geopark. My name's Jack Matthews. I'm the Geoheritage Officer here at Charnwood Forest, and I can see a few of you are starting to join us for another one of our little impromptu interviews and live updates from the Geopark. Joining you live, and of course the recorded version is shared as well. Now, as you can see, it's an absolutely fantastic day today here at the Outwoods, just on the outskirts of Loughborough, just over in this direction. A lovely site owned by Charnwood Borough Council, and the reason we are here is to give you a little bit of an introduction and an update to what is going to be happening over the next few days, because we've got a very special weekend prepared for you. And at this point I'm hoping that one of my colleagues might join us to talk a little bit about what's coming up over the next few days. By the way, if you have any comments at any point, any comments or questions, if you are joining us on Facebook or YouTube, you can join us in the comments and the chat. Pop them in there, and I will hopefully see them live and we'll be able to respond to them immediately. But I'm joined by Susan, who's our Education Officer at the Charnwood Forest Geopark, who's been leading on this weekend's fun. Do you want to tell us a little bit about what you've got planned for us over the next few days?
We've got all sorts of things, Jack, going on. So we kick off tomorrow, which is Saturday the 18th at about 11 o'clock. We are lighting the charcoal kiln, which is just over behind us here. I don't know whether people can just about see it in the background. This is really momentous because it's not been lit for at least 6 years, so we've been loading it all this morning in readiness, and we are hoping to share with people our excitement about Charnwood's historic forest industry, and charcoal burning is an integral part of that. So we've got a group of experts who are going to be at the kiln. They're going to be bringing their retort and doing some live demonstrations on a mini kiln as well. We've got theatre with Art with a Tree up at the event barn, right near the cafe. A couple of performances there at 12:30 and 2:30. And then behind the kiln, we've got a charcoal burner's hut. I'm so excited about this because here at the Outwoods at the moment there's a fantastic sculpture trail which has largely been the work of the artist Nita Rao, and Nita has built us the bare bones of a charcoal burner's hut, and we're going to be inviting people to come and help us to thatch it. So historically, charcoal burning is a summer activity. Historically, we would have a big charcoal clamp covered in earth, and they can't go away and leave it because it's burning. It's a burning mound. It sometimes takes 4 or 5 days. They had to live on site. So we're building our own charcoal burner's hut. And then we've got Charnwood Arts down here. They are going to be offering some art activities with charcoal, of course. So people will be able to use the beautiful landscape of the Outwoods for inspiration for their nature drawings. And I'm going to be doing some interactive kind of fun, slightly silly talks about the history of charcoal burning right here in Charnwood. So there's absolutely loads going on. Olivia's are going to be providing us with refreshments around the site. So we're just hoping that people will come and find out about this really exciting part of Charnwood Forest's history and join in, essentially.
Excellent. So much to process here because it's going to be a busy weekend and we want you to be part of it. Hopefully you're still with us live. If you've got any comments, do put them in the comments on Facebook or YouTube. Welcome to all our viewers on Twitter as well. Now I just want to make sure we get some information right. When can people join us? What are the times for Saturday and Sunday?
Between 11 and 4. So, I mean, obviously the Outwoods is open all the time anyway, so people can come and find us if they're just coming for a wander. We will be here earlier than that, but that's the time that the activities start. So, yeah.
Excellent. And just to review again, we've got our friends from Charnwood Arts leading on some creative charcoal activities. And then who are our friends who are helping us with the charcoal burning?
That's the Outwoods Wood Fuel Community Group from Lount. So they operate usually in the heart of the National Forest. They're experts. They're coming here to help us over the weekend. So.
Excellent, and we're so grateful to all the partners who've been involved in this event, and of course Charnwood Borough Council who run the Outwoods here. And we should also mention our great thanks to all the lottery players, because this is all helped and funded by the National Lottery Heritage Fund. So there's a fun-filled family weekend here, and it's whether you want an interesting talk about the history of charcoal, you want to see it in action, and it will be quite the sight, I am told, whether you want some tasty food or get creative with some arts with both Charnwood Art and helping us to thatch a traditional charcoal burner's hut, which I think is going to be a real fun activity and something for me to shelter from all of this sun, hopefully.
Yeah.
And of course behind us here you can see some of, I believe this is part of the sculpture trail from last year.
Yes, it is. Yeah. This is right across the site. She's going to be here as well on Saturday and Sunday. So she is helping us to finish the charcoal burner's hut and essentially overseeing it. So if you want to come and meet her, I'm sure that she'll be very happy to talk to lots of you. So
wonderful. Thank you very much, everyone. What I'm going to ask, I'm going to put Susan right on the spot, because I just need to reset my connection so I can see all of your questions. So I'm going to ask Susan to just talk for just a few minutes more broadly about what you do in your role, and how, maybe in case there's any teachers watching,
yes,
how you'd love them to get in touch. I'm going to give you the microphone.
Okay.
And I'm going to just
You're
hide from.
trusting me
I'm
with the
trusting you.
microphone. Okay. Yes. So I'm the Heritage Education Officer for Charnwood Forest, and one of the reasons that we're doing all of this, you might be wondering why on earth are we doing it. It's not just about celebrating this important part of Charnwood Forest's heritage and history. We have also created a Key Stage 2 field trip based around charcoal burning. It has lots of touch points to the national curriculum, science of course, maths, art, and of course history and geography. And again, we're working with Outwoods, who will, we won't use the massive ring kiln behind me for the field trip, but they will bring their retort to the Outwoods. So it's a lovely local history field trip with lots and lots of additional classroom resources, so that you can run it as your local history project if you wanted to. In terms of my wider role, I am happy to talk to teachers about creating landscape-based teaching resources that focus on Charnwood Forest and the landscape of Charnwood Forest. So we've been doing all sorts of things. Jack and I have been into schools making ink from natural resources like oak galls, which links to the medieval period. We've been going in and talking about Anglo-Saxons and Vikings, and just interacting with schools right across the geopark. And if you're interested in any of that at all, please do get in touch with me. I'd be delighted to talk to you.
Wonderful, thank you for that, Susan. It appears my phone was overheating and just needed to go to bed.
Okay,
Needed to calm down a bit, but it is a warm day,
It's very
so
hot.
totally understandable. So just a reminder, if you need more details on our charcoal weekend, the wonder of charcoal, then you can find more on our social media, 11 till 4, Saturday and Sunday. Bring all the family down, and the places where to park and information about parking. If you can make it here without using a car, we would really appreciate that. There are great footpaths up from Loughborough, so take a gentle wander up to the craggy, unexpected uplands of Charnwood Forest and come and see the charcoal weekend. Thank you, Susan. We're going to talk a bit more broadly now, and I'm hoping we might have another guest join us. Thank you very much to Susan for joining us there. We're going to give you a few more updates about the geopark, because over the past few days My colleague Julie and I have been in the Black Country UNESCO Global Geopark in the West Midlands for this year's UK Committee of UNESCO Global Geoparks. And joining us, coming in this side of the frame, we have Millie, who's joining us, who is from the Jersey aspiring UNESCO Global Geopark, the same status as us, both reaching for that UNESCO goal, but from the centre of the English Channel. Millie, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. It's great to be here in Charnwood Forest and getting to know the Outwoods.
Wonderful. So while you're here, do you want to take a few moments to tell us why is Jersey, this wonderful island in the English Channel, why is it so special, and why do you think it should become a UNESCO Global Geopark and a club that we both hope to join?
Well, Jack, Jersey's the largest of the Channel Islands, only 120 square kilometres, but we're also looking to include our marine seascapes as well, so that will bring us to 2,600 square kilometres, nearly got to the biggest geopark there. So our story is very special, like all geoparks. Jersey was born down in the South Pole around 600 million years ago, so we have rocks as old as that all the way up to our lowest deposits from that glacial cold periods of the Ice Age that left that wind-blown dust, which makes our soil so fertile, so a really rich geodiversity.
So actually, while there are many differences between the geology of Charnwood Forest here in Leicestershire and Jersey, all those miles away in the English Channel, there are actually similarities, because those of you listening to those vast expanses of time there might have recognised the similarity to some of the numbers we've been talking about here in Charnwood Forest, because actually the oldest rocks that Millie has in her aspiring geopark in Jersey are around about the same age as our oldest rocks here in Charnwood Forest, around about the Ives Head region in the north, up near Shepshed. But whereas ours are sedimentary, I believe you've got quite a lot of granite, haven't you?
We do. We have a lot of igneous rock. We have 3 types of granite in Jersey and lots of different subtypes, and that has really shaped our built heritage on the island. Lots of granite in our houses and historic monuments. So yeah, it's really shaped the island that we know today.
And we're not too averse to a house built of igneous rock here either, whether it's the wonderful buildings of Markfield made from that Markfieldite, or indeed the beautiful houses and buildings of places like Corn and Mount Sorrel, built of the ore division granodiorite from the Mount Sorrel quarry. There are many similarities, while we are unfortunately, we don't have any beaches or stunning coastlines, but we have stunning craggy hills instead. So we're going to, over the coming months and years, we're going to continue our dialogue, work with our friends in Jersey, and I'm sure there's much so without further ado, I apologise to anyone who's been popping any overheated. Millie will nod at me if there are any, as you can see on the screen there. So you're all those of you joining us live are clearly all contented people to take in this. More of you tomorrow. Hopefully we will maybe do a live stream then, and we might take you for a roving tour around the charcoal. Sunday, fun for all the family. There are 2 parking options, but please, if you can, come here by foot or bicycle or other contraption. Diversity of transport is an important thing for the geopark, and we're very much looking forward to seeing you alongside all of our many partners at the Wonder of Charcoal weekend. So as I walk off the stage, you will be able to see the wonderful view of some of the art that's here, and just behind the foxgloves there you can see the wonderful kiln, one of the 2 kilns that will be fired up this year. But thank you once more for joining us, and we will see you this weekend at Outwoods for the Charcoal Weekend.